You have the timeline of when that special grand jury was authorized and when it began to meet?
Yes, I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but there is an order, and I can review it. I brought some of the pleadings with me, but it was authorized sometime. So he was appointed. The timeline. He was appointed in November 2021 to work on this case. It was sometime after that Ms. Willis sought the special purpose grand jury and got authority to do that, and then that went through, several months, and then they issued a report to her.
So he was hired by the Fulton County DA's office before the special grand jury was authorized or
Yes.
impaneled? Okay. And so he was involved from the very beginning of that process?
Yes, and he was actually hired, I believe, before it was even, I know it was before it was impaneled. I believe it was before the order was even issued, though.
And do you know what his role was as what's the official term, a special assistant district attorney?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. He usually goes by special counsel or special prosecutor. I don't believe he goes by special assistant district attorney. I don't think he's permitted to do that. I've studied these statutes a lot, and there's no real term for it. I've heard him go by independent counsel, things like that, but I don't really think independent counsel would be an appropriate term because he's not independent. So I've studied, I did not know this before, but I've studied, the structure of the independent counsel in the federal system. They're actually a separate office. They have their own appropriations to have a separate office, and they are kept separate from the U.S. Attorney's Office. So that would be where you get the independent counsel term from, or independent prosecutor. He goes by special usually, so special prosecutor or special counsel, and I think that's because he's not independent.